There's a lot of Americans that want to visit Ireland, and even though they think it's not that different, it is a lot different. And I'm going to teach you a few things you need to know before you go there so you don't make some of the mistakes that a lot of people I know have, and even I have. Because some of these things can really, really offend Irish people. So with all that being said, let's just go ahead and get into it. One of the first things, Ireland is not the UK, all right? Now, Northern Ireland is part of the UK, but Ireland isn't. From what I understand, that's what all the fighting was about, because Ireland wants to be part of the UK, but they're not, and they're jealous of Northern Ireland being part of the UK, and Northern Ireland is saying you're not really part of the UK, and there's a lot of fighting over it. I think they're kind of getting that over with. So, and one of the other things you need to understand is, since the UK, they drive on the left side of the road, as soon as you drive in to the rest of Ireland, I think they call it Southern Ireland, you have to get on the right side of the road. So be ready for that when you're driving from the different parts of Ireland. But just so you know, if you accidentally refer to Ireland as the UK or England or something, they're actually not offended by that. They actually kind of enjoy that. So Union Jacks and all that kind of stuff, you know, governor, they love that kind of stuff. Also, Ireland, they don't just eat potatoes everywhere, so don't come up to them and tell them that stereotype. They also really like to eat Lucky Charms. That's actually where Lucky Charms comes from, and kind of like how you get Coke from Mexico, it has some more sugar in it. When you get your Lucky Charms from Ireland, it actually has more. They got lots of flavors I didn't even know that they had over there. Like, you know how we have like Lucky Charms and chocolate Lucky Charms and marshmallow Lucky Charms? Over there, they got, I can't even tell you, they got like ginger Lucky Charms, they've got like Guinness Lucky Charms, they got a lot going on over there. Speaking of Guinness, don't go to a bar and be like, hey, I want a Guinness. I'm getting the authentic Irish beer. I'm drinking a Guinness. That's not how it works over there, okay? If they give you a pint, as they call it over there, that's not acceptable. Tell them you want the real Irish drink, okay? And if they're giving you a hard time, just keep asking for it till they give you. And when they give you a beer that's colored green, then you got it, okay? That's why when we celebrate St. Patrick's Day in America, color the beer green and the river green, because that's how they authentically do it in Ireland. So make sure you're doing that to get the full Irish experience when you go over there. Also, when we're talking about drinks, order an Irish car bomb. You're going to get the authentic Irish car bomb over there. So, I mean, you can get an Irish car bomb anywhere else. Maybe they make a good version of it, but you're going to want the authentic Irish car bomb. So make sure you order plenty of those while you're in Ireland, because you want to get the most out of your travel dollar. So a lot of people are going to come over there and tell Irish people that, hey, I'm very Irish. I've got an Irish last name. My 23andMe says Ireland. If you go to an Irish person and say that, they love hearing that. They're going to invite you into their house. You could pretty much not even have to pay for a room or any food the whole time you're in Ireland if you do that. I wish I would have known that the first week I was there. Would have saved me a lot of money, but I figured that out later, and that saved me a lot of money. I was just traveling around, just staying with different strangers, just showing my 23andMe results and all that kind of stuff. Another thing that helps is if you imitate their accent back to them. That also shows that you really study their culture and you care about, you know, where they're from. Now, you might be saying, well, I can't really do an Irish accent. All you really need to do is watch one movie that really gets the Irish accent down. It's called Far and Away. And if you see Tom Cruise do this accent, it's far and away, pun intended, the best accent you're ever going to hear. He's going to say things like, I want a home, I want land, you know, things like that. Or you could kind of scale it kind of a Lucky Charms kind of accent. Somewhere in between that, you're going to be okay. If you go outside of that, that's where you're going to find trouble. That's where you're going to offend the Irish. So just try to base your accents off of things like that, and you're going to be golden the whole time you're there. Also, a thing you can do is kind of do like a little jig in front of the Irish to show that you like their culture, like a little Irish. It's kind of how you greet other Irish people. You don't have to get the whole river dance thing down. I mean, you can put your hands on your hips and do the little dance, but you don't have to have it down. Just kind of show that you understand where they're coming from, and they'll take care of the rest. And first of all you people saying top of the morning, thinking that's something that Irish people do, yeah, of course Irish people do that, and you should do it, but make sure you don't do that at night. That's where you offend people. Only say top of the morning if it's morning. I cannot stress this enough, okay? Don't come up to somebody in the evening or at night when you're leaving and say top of the morning, all right? That's when you do an Irish goodbye, all right? They don't even have a word for goodbye in Ireland because everybody just does an Irish goodbye. So just make sure you don't say bye or anything, because they find that a little weird. Now, if you want authentic Irish experience, you don't really need to travel too much around Ireland. Like if you just kind of visit Dublin, that'll take care of most of everything you need to see in Ireland. In fact, you don't even have to visit all of Dublin. Just the Temple Bar area, that's gonna be like pound for pound the most Irish experience you can get. It's pretty much got all your bases covered, all the culture you need to see, and it's a pretty good price. You're gonna get your money's worth over there. But if you wanna venture out, at your own risk, but I don't really see the point to it. Also, on the topic of Dublin, I think this is close to the Temple Bar area, but there's going to be some museums people are going to recommend you to go see. You know, they're going to go see the Irish History Museum where they show you the immigration, all this kind of stuff. It's boring. I don't even know why it's there. What you're going to want to see is the Leprechaun Museum, because you're not going to see anything like this in the rest of the world. The Leprechaun Museum is one of the best. I mean, that's pretty much what the Irish go to. So if you're gonna, I'm gonna save you the time and the effort of asking an Irish person where to go, because that's where they go. So if an Irish person's going there, you as a tourist definitely need to visit it. So I can't recommend enough the Leprechaun Museum, and it's pretty much what they base their entire culture around. Now let's say, God forbid, you do offend somebody in Ireland. What you want to do is, like you've seen in things, is you're going to have to get into a fight, and that's the basic way. You're not going to get arrested if you get in a fight, because the Irish fight all the time. It's not really a big deal over there. Another culture shock. What you want to do is fight like this, though. If you start fighting like this, that's where you can get in trouble. Other people may gang up on you because it's offensive to fight with your fists like this. You want to fight like this. It's considered a fair fight. It's considered a gentleman's way of fighting in Ireland. Also, Ireland, they have their own sports over there that we don't really see everywhere. They have Gaelic football. They have hurling. Hurling is basically hockey, but you're in grass. So if you see some people talking about hurling, say, oh yeah, we have a superior version of that back in America. It's called hockey, where we're on skates. Also, they have their own language in Ireland, Irish, but the authentic way they call it is Gaelic. So, I mean, some people get confused, called Irish, but it's actually Gaelic is what they call it. But the craziest part about this language is it isn't actually even a language. It's just how thick their accent is, and it sounds like another language. But it's been determined that their accent is so thick that it's not understandable to any other native English speakers, that they had to come up with another word for it, and they call it Gaelic. So if they start speaking just kind of like this and that, but most of what they're saying doesn't really make a lot of sense anyway. They're usually pretty drunk, but you know, they're fun people, so you should definitely still hang out with them. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I can get out in this video. I think this is a pretty good foundation to get your Ireland trip started. So go ahead, let me know if you got any questions, comment if you think I might have got something wrong. I don't think I did, but yeah, let me know if there's any other tips I missed that you can help other people contribute to their upcoming Ireland trip, and I can't wait to go back.